Well, and it's kind of a perfect time too for us to come in and be able to speak because you can see behind me, we're actually 40 years old this year, which is crazy to say, especially people that have kind of known us from inception when we were just in California and how much expansion. I've been here for almost 10 years and just seeing that grow in that short time too has been crazy. So 4th of the life, here I am. And I thought, what better way to really give myself an icebreaker today to let you know. So when ETS was actually formed, so this was 40 years ago, this would have been me. And you know it's authentic because you can fully see the graininess in the photo, everybody. It's weird. So next to that too, it'll just give you a little bit of an agenda. Just I want to make sure we covered quite a few topics in the time I'm in here. So feel free to ask any questions along the way, or when we're done, we can do any Q&A, okay? So I wanted to make sure that I started with the largest scope portion of ETS, and that's really the drinkware world as a whole in the industry. For most of you may know this, a lot of you may not. These are still 2023 numbers because obviously it's pretty early on in 2025, but I cannot wait to see the 2024 numbers with all the drinkware results. But knowing that it's over $2.6 billion and what you know, because you're getting all these requests from your customers. So it's 10%, it's over 10% of the industry spend right now. I won't go through all the stats on the side, but I wanted to make sure that you had them because this is kind of a nice way for you to have that information and that data when you're talking to your customers. To me, the idea that you're carrying around a piece of drinkware in one hand, your cell phone in the other, you're getting over 3,000 impressions with that one piece of drinkware in hand. And nowadays we have a water bottle, we have a tumbler, So this will give you a breakdown by money. This will give you a breakdown by percentage, just so that you have some of those topics to talk about when you're with your customers or on the phone with a U1 perhaps. So when you break that down, okay, so here's what we are in the industry. So what's trending? What are people asking about right now in the drinkware industry? And I don't know, do any of these catch you off guard, or is this a lot of what you're being asked about right now? Yeah, it's all right. We've always had bright colors. That's what ETS does. We want to be somebody that can come to you with so many color options. So you're going to be able to, and I'll get into some of the free stuff that we offer later for you, but things like PMS matching, even if it's with the ink on a neutral background, it's all about getting that color on there. But we want to be able to offer you a vast array of colors in the products as well. So that hasn't changed, and luckily it's on trend. So yay for us, right? And then when you're talking about multi-use options too, what I mean by that is a lot of okay, I have a can cooler, but it's also a tumbler. You're seeing a lot of that. That's always been our industry as a whole. But when it comes to drinkware, we're always trying to give you options in that world too. And 40-ounce options, large capacity, it is our world. Even when you're just talking about a basic water bottle too, it's like 30 ounces. These larger ounce sizes are what people are really wanting right now. It hasn't gone away. It's just in different shapes basically every year based on what TikTok says, I think. And then when it comes down to tech, that's the fourth little box here I wanted to make sure that you knew about. We carry 2 different brand names. And I think when you think tech, you may not always think drinkware. I think we've gotten so innovative in our industry that sometimes you're like, oh yeah, a water bottle, a travel mug that has something unique to it is always on the list. But if it's not, when you're looking for tech products, we have bottles in our line that actually have a UVC light in it that kill the bacteria in the water. We have another item in our line that is going to be temperature controlling whatever you're drinking out of, the Ember products. So, and I'll go over the brands a little bit. But we are able to kind of keep up with these trends is what I wanted to make sure that you saw here. Breaking it down at a little bit more of a macro level, and you're looking at those percentages, it is insane to think, and we've all seen it blow up, that 18% of what people are buying over, and again, I think after 2024, that number is going to be higher, of brand name products. And we're definitely trying to keep up with that because at the end of 2023, we had 2 brand names and now we have 9. So that's how you know we're always trying to pay attention to what's going on and what you're asking of us. And then on the other side, I know it's kind of hit or miss when you're talking to your customers, but the eco stuff it's not going anywhere. So the fact that we can see that it's over 12% of what your customers were asking of you from 2023, again, I think that's going to be even higher in 2024. We just wanted you to know that we have options in that world too, okay? So when you're breaking it down even more and you want to know like what everybody's spending their money on, we get asked these questions quite a bit. Like, where is the volume going? How is it being dispersed? We just like to make sure that you can get, I don't worry, I won't go down all of them for you, but I wanted you just to get a breakdown. We kind of know a lot of the top ones when you're talking about gifts for their employees, talking about gifts for businesses. But of course, we're in the brand awareness world. So it is really nice to be able to say, hey, you're spending over 22.5% on that. We are drinkware exclusive. That may go, everyone may know that already, and we were talking about it too, and Ian provided his nice introduction, but it is really nice to be able to just offer drinkware. The reason we have a specific slide saying this is because we want you to know that we are the experts. We aren't selling t-shirts as far as I know yet. So pens are not on the horizon. So we want to be able to be an expert for you, your regional managers and the territories. I'm in the Chicago area, so hi to everybody that might be local. I'm here to help with anything, but we want to make sure that we can really truly be experts for you on all the drinkware products out there. So with ETS, why us, what can we really do to make a difference in your life when it comes to drinkware? Because according to our latest research, we were kind of going back and forth and looking at stuff for PPAI. There's over 900 suppliers now that carry drinkware, which is insane. That just shows you the popularity of it all. So we really wanted to make sure that we could give you all the resources. And again, some of this stuff you may already know, but back in 1985, that 40 years ago when we started, we were on the West Coast. We took all of our product, we doubled that inventory, and then we moved to the East Coast, and we're also in North Carolina. So what that means for you is more stock and more inventory really than anyone else when it comes to drinkware. So this is just showing you with the tabs on the bottom, like we can offer a lot of those services that you need when your customers are asking you. I mean, since COVID, I feel like dropship orders, I don't even know a world where dropship orders aren't a thing anymore. It's just you need that to help your customers when they are trying to send products to their remote workers, their customers across the country. When it comes to your deep stock, and like I said, I already went over the inventory, but you do have a deep stock link on our website. Our website is your friend. If you want to go on there and we try and make sure we cover everything on there, but I think the deep stock link is the one when you are trying to find things for a program, when you want answers for a customer right away, we're going to make sure that you know all of the products and how much is available. The cool part is, and I'll kind of go to the next slide because a lot of this, you might be familiar with this when it comes to packaging. On the very bottom, this is a kind of favorite part right now, is that our e-rushes, and we have different rushes on there. I won't go through all of them to confuse you because there is 3-day, 5-day, all kinds of different options. But the e-rushes, you have your one color in one day, you have your 2 colors in 2 days. We used to have a fee for that and it's gone. So during the holidays, we were able to take it off and we're keeping it off. So you do not pay any fee for your E24 and E48 brushes. And if you have more questions on that when we're done, I'm happy to go over it with you because I know there's varying levels of brushes. The biggest thing with this page, though, is here are the things that are about. We really want you to know that there's so many things that you don't have to pay for, you don't have to worry about. Because when you're going down your daily routine and you get a charge for a proof, that is not something you're expecting. So you're not paying with proofs with us. You can get a revision. You're not paying for that. The big thing, I would say the two that come up all the time are repeat setups and, of course, the PMS matching. Because not everybody has a white or black imprint. So you're trying to get that exact color and you don't pay for that with us. So these are, again, I think the sample requests too, it's nice. You can get 6 ETS pieces, so blank or random with a shipper number, and you don't pay for those samples. So hopefully some of these are ones that you didn't know about. The final one before the e-rushes that I wanted to make sure that you knew, in case you haven't done this with us before, is that we are somebody that can do almost a full wrap. We can offer you 2 sides. We can take that logo. It can be completely different on the front, completely different on the back. As long as the color's the same, you're not paying an extra setup cost. So wanted to make sure I kind of broke that down. If you have more questions, let me know and I'm happy to go through that. So then you found the way you're going to decorate, which I'll go into decoration a little bit further, but the one thing that we always pride ourselves on as well is making sure that the products that you're getting from us are something that we have created. So we have designers in the house. Again, it's all about making sure that even if it's something comparable to what's out there in the world, we want to make sure that the products that you're seeing are something that we've designed, that the lid is amazing. We have CAD software. We then turn it into a 3D printed piece. We test it and we test it again. And then we make sure, okay, this looks great. Now we can actually bring it to life. So I don't know if everybody knew that we are creating those in-house. Some of those designs have really been able to kind of be executed amazingly for the 2025 line of products. And these are all a good chunk of the newer pieces. So if you haven't had a chance to visit us on the show floor, I'll put it on the last slide too, but we're 1332. Please make sure that you get a chance to come over and just get a visual of all the newer things. It's kind of funny because we have all the drinkware, right? We're talking drinkware. We have expanded slightly. We actually have a lunch container now. We actually have a planter, and that is an actual planter. So it's a ceramic piece. The paper, the instruction paper, you get your products and you're taking that out, trying to check all the details on the product. It's seeded. So you can literally put it inside the planter, add some soil and water, and you're going to get some wildflowers out of it. So we're thinking of all these things, giving you these options for something under $10. Now, when I mentioned earlier, because we know that brand names are everything, and you already saw the amount of increase we're seeing being that it's almost 20% of spend, that's what I was saying earlier, that we've gone from 2 to 9 pieces. So when you're looking for your really great stainless steel pieces, you have your Arctic zone items, anything that temperature control kind of higher end piece I mentioned earlier, that's going to be the Ember brand. A lot of details with that, so I won't go into too much in our time here. But the Fellow line is really one, too, that we've expanded massively. They are the ones that have this ceramic lining in them. So for your customers that are like, I just don't like drinking out of metal, or even personal preference in here, it's nice because with the Fellow pieces, you have something ceramic lined. We're getting a lot more asks about that. Hydro Jug, Lark, Owala, they're the really, really hot ones right now, too. And then Bubba and Contigo, like I said, we had 2 brands. They're the OGs. They've been around a long time, and we love them. So we're happy to say that they're still there. Oh, look at your Contigo piece. See, you already know. Spill proof, right?
First $10,000 cover I sold with the Contigo.
Oh, that's huge. That's amazing. Yeah, well, they're great, and they stand the test of time. Yeah, they are beloved. We love working with all these brands, too, but we've known Contigo for so long. So thank you. When you have all these great pieces, you have all these great brands, like I said, you want to tell your story on them, and you want to make sure that you have decoration options. A lot of you that know us well, that is our thing. We want to make sure that we are decorating this and making it look amazing. So when it comes down to your 1 color, your 2 color, we don't have a maximum number of screen prints. It's all about the registration and what we can put together and make it look beautiful for you. So what we're just showing up here is that the first one and the second one, here's your 1 color option, and then here's 4 spot colors next to it. You got to break down by the pricing, and we understand that. That's why on the far side, you'll see the D4 process too. That's our digital option when you do want to make sure, like, okay, this is 10 colors. Maybe we have to evaluate spot colors versus digital gradients. You kind of know. We're pretty good about communicating with you too. That's really something we focus on from your internal section, like for dealing with your internal team, working with your team, is that we want to make sure when you call in, you know exactly how we want to decorate this for you. We'll let you know and go break it down. But we do have a proprietary design too. That is our foil method. That's for anything when you want that really high sheen. You have 9 colors, but getting that copper color to be shiny, getting that silver, getting that gold. It looks amazing when you do anything with foil. So again, if you haven't had a chance to swing by the booth, it's a great place because we have all the foil colors out right now.
Did you do multi-embellish competition or foil and view?
We haven't gotten there yet. Great question. So when it comes to mixing and matching, you can always reach out to us, but foil is the one where we can just decorate on the one side. So we really kind of have to keep it just as that one method. Yeah, I know it looks so good because you want to do shiny and then like a white imprint or black imprint on the other side or something, but yeah.
I was thinking of highlighting certain parts of the Olympic.
Yeah, and that would be very beautiful, but yeah, you'd want to show off that sheen all the way throughout. That'd be the way that we'd be able to really decorate it for you. And then multi-location is, I think, one of our strongest areas too, in addition to just giving you those vibrant PMS colors we've talked about, giving you all these great ways, making sure that your screen printing looks amazing. But when you're talking about lid imprints, almost all of our ceramics you can decorate on the bottom of the piece. So include that in your virtuals because, again, they're no charge. You saw those are free to you. So if you want to take a ceramic piece and have this virtual and send it to your customer, you have a water bottle and you see on there, and it will say on the website, you can print on the lid. It can show that visual in the website. I think it looks great on the actual jar that we have on there because it just highlights and shows what you can do because not everyone... they're not seeing that. They hadn't thought of that, and you're coming in with this amazing creative way to show them multi-locations. Now and so just to kind of end everything out, I wanted to make sure that you knew about a couple of different marketing tools that we have. But one of the fun things that we've really been able to do, and this is showing off a lot of the decoration again, kind of expanding on what we just talked about. But like I said, we just revamped our website. So when it comes to these decoration options, you want a quick screenshot. The decoration page, we have one called the New Knowledge Hub. You have everything at your disposal because you get questions about insulation. They're not coming to you and saying, is this one going to be copper vacuum? A lot of people don't know, but they do want to know, is this similar to brand Y? Is this going to keep my drink as cold, hot as my Contigo piece? So you can say, here's a little screenshot of insulation and how it works. I hope this better explains it. Let's go over that in detail. Or you want to make sure that you have an image with a picture of a decoration on the lid. You have all of that on there in really great imagery that you can send an email to your customer very easily. And then it goes into more detail, but we're talking about lids, we're talking about finish type, matte finish. Some of that stuff's harder to explain. So we just want you to know that we have that imagery on the website for you. When you're trying to add pictures to social media, we know how big that is. Sometimes you're just like having one of those crazy days and you're like, I need a video that'll just take it off my plate today. You're constantly trying to get new information in front of everybody. Then just know that we have these on the website. They're at your disposal. When you go on the tab on the top, you have your sales tools. So grab these and use them and put them on your social media page, put them on the website, however you want to use them, they're there for you. Same thing with your virtual flyers. So because these are no charge, this is giving you very different variations. We have lookbooks showing the products out in the wild. We have virtuals with a very clean, nice white background so that the product is the sole focus. And then we're also going to have decks by color. When you have a customer that is constantly in need of refreshing, they need new red items, they need new yellow items, because we have all these colors, we can actually offer you, we call it a deck. It's a virtual with the background. You have all these different colors of products. All these products in that color scheme to show to your customers. Okay. Again, it's just something you can request from us and it's at your disposal for no charge. So the other thing that I mentioned in terms of growth is that 12% level. What I talked about was what people are buying from an eco world. So like I said, it's not going anywhere. You're going to see more than 12% of the spend into 2024. When we get those numbers, I think it's going to be well above 12%. So what we wanted to do is let you know that we do partner. It's our sustainability partner, and that's Veritrade. If you haven't seen it on our website, there is actually a sustainability tab. But what we can do, it can be done on any product. That's the first thing I want to start with. It does not have to be an eco-friendly piece. You can take it with any product that you have. We partner with Veritrade, and you can, for an additional cost, you can make sure that you're letting your customer know they can plant a tree or they can plant kelp in the ocean with Veritrade. So again, you're taking your product cost. I could go over any details with you, send you a flyer as follow-up. But what they're doing is they are taking certain parts of the country. So like right now, where there's a lot of reforestation happening in Oregon, Veritrade is planting. It's verifiable data, hence Veritrade. So we're actually saying they're planting new trees. We can give you the links to all that happening so that you know that it actually is, these trees are being planted. You have a customer, let's say you're on the coast, you're talking Southern California, the ocean might be something that's, well, obviously both are very important, but you're talking about maybe getting something more on the kelp side of things. So we can make sure that we are branding it, that they're distributing a product they're distributing it to their team, they're distributing it to their customers. They will actually have an emblem on there saying this planted one tree, this planted kelp, okay? I know there's a lot to it, so again, let me break it down further if you need me to. That's our sustainability partner. So then, like I mentioned earlier, if you have any questions on this, if you want to see any things we talked about today, come over to the booth. We're at 1332. Thank you for your time, guys.